Hi, welcome back. In this tutorial we'll see how sprites work in Plexus for After Effects. Let me go ahead and create a new comp. Make it 640 by 360 or whatever size you need. And let me create a new solid and create Plexus and add a primitives object, which automatically creates a cube here, which is too big. So let me decrease the size to a reasonable dimensions. I'm not sure if you could see the points here, so let me increase the size here. And let me also add a noise effector, so I could change the positions using noise. So I have a random points here, set of points, and let me create a new 3D camera, and let me increase the point size just a little more. So I have a random set of points here, and I could use sprites instead of points here. To do that, let me create a new comp and set the size to 200 by 200. You could set it to whatever size you want, but the smaller the size here is, the faster the rendering is going to be. So make sure to set the size, the sprite size, as small as possible. And let me create a new text file, new text layer. Sorry. Let me pull it to the center, and I'll animate the text character here. Say from go all the way here and go all the way to the thing here. So you have a random letter here for every frame. That's so far so good. Now let me go back to the sprite plexus comp and import the sprite composition here and uncheck the visibility. And in the texture sprite, make sure to select comp 3. Let me increase the size a little bit more so it's more visible. You can see there are sprites here, and they all show the current frame here. It's G and it's G. They all have the same time sampling, so that's why they all show the same frame here. If you want to have random frames or different frames, different sprite for each point, what you have to do is change the time sampling mode from current time to random still. What random still does is actually take a random frame from the sprite composition, and that frame will not change for each point throughout the length of this layer. So it always be the same sprite for every point. But if you want to change it along with the current time, make sure to set it to random loop, which changes according to the timeline. And you could set the looping mode from normal or ping pong or freeze. Freeze lets you just freeze the layer after it reaches the end of the sprite composition. You can also change the random seed to anything you wish, and the maximum number of samples is the sampling rate at which these are sampled. The higher the number of samples are, the more random sprites you get, but usually anything above 100 to 200 works fine. So this is how sprites in Plexus work. And you can also have multiple sprites or multiple like points from the same vertex here. So to do that, let me actually add a new points object here. And let me increase the size to really big. And actually that's too big. Let me change the color to red so it's more visible. Now if you see, the sprites and the points are on the same position here, so it's not visually that great. What you can do is you can offset the points or the sprites. To do that, let me go to offset here, and let me put it back a little to the top. Maybe just a little more. Yeah, that works. Actually, we have way too many points right now, so let me put it to 5, 5, 5. So as you can see, you can create points, any number of points and sprites from the same vertex data here. I could definitely see a lot of possibilities with some kind of data visualization or infographics or such kind of graphics. And you could do a lot of different things with using sprites and points in the same plexus. So that's how sprites work in plexus. Hope you guys find it useful. Thank you.